So hello everyone, John here. Well, in this video I would like to talk to you about the values of trigonometric ratios related to these angles 0 to 2 pi. These are the values that you kind of need to know by heart, but you also need to know how to calculate them. So you also might need some help while calculating them, because you need to know, for example, when you're in case of pi by 6, if you pi by 6 would be an angle over here, it's 30 degrees, something like this. So if you have pi by 6 over here, then basically sine pi by 6, for instance, would be this length, this y, divided by r. Now if you take r as 1, if the radius of the circle is 1, because it's a unit circle, then you need to know the value of this length of y, which is this length over here. And so if you then divide this by 1, you would get the value of sine pi by 6. Now we know that, for example, the value of sine pi by 6 is 0.5. If you use a calculator sine pi by 6 would be degrees, radians. Let's say in degrees, if you enter 30 and then you hit sine, you get 0.5. So it's 1 by 2. So based on the fact that I know that sine pi by 6 is 1 by 2, and based on the fact that this r is here taken as 1, so I know that then this has to be 0.5, and then so on and so forth. So in order to know the whole thing, in order to be able to calculate the whole thing, this is a nice unit circle from mathisfun.com. You might find a lot of great content at mathisfun.com, and this is one of the things that you find over this. This is a some sort of interactive unit circle that they have programmed, I guess using JavaScript or something. So for example, you could go over 30 degrees, and you can see that up here you can see that it says sine 30 degrees is 0.5, cos 30 degrees is 0.866, and so on and so forth. And the y value is shown 0.5 on the green line, and the x value on the blue line says 0.866. So if you ever need help calculating these values from you can use this unit circle or any other interactive unit circle that you might find on the internet. Of course, you already know that the source that you use has to be trustable, otherwise you might make mistakes. So but in any case, let's just write down the values of these, and then you need to know them by heart. So sine 0 is always 0, cos 0 is always 1, and so tan 0 is 0 divided by 1, which is 0. Now pi by 6 is 30 degrees, as we mentioned. Sine pi by 6 is 1 by 2, or 0.5, and cos pi by 6 is root 3 by 2. So tan pi by 6 is 1 by 2 divided by root 3 by 2, which is 1 by root 3, which is basically root 3 by 2, 1 by 2 root 3 by 2. Then tan pi by 6 is, right, 1 by root 3, or you could write this as root 3 by 3. You could simplify this and rationalize this, and you could simply write it root 3 by 3. Then in case of pi by 4, you have 1 by root 2 as the sine value. As the cos value, you have 1 by root 2. And the tan value is, so then basically 1, because 1 by root 2 divided by 1 by root 2 is 1. And pi by 3, which is 60 degrees, is basically the opposite of, in case of sine and cos, is the opposite of pi by 6. So it's root 3 by 2 for the sine, and 1 by 2 for the cos. So then the tan value would be root 3. Then after that you have pi by 2. In case of pi by 2, the y value is 1, the r value is 1, the x value is 0. So sine is basically y divided by r, which is 1 by 1, which is 1. Cos value is x divided by r, which is 0. And the tan value is basically undefined. Because you cannot divide by 0. In case of 2 pi by 3, the sine value is root 3 by 2. The cos value is the cos value is minus 1 by 2. Cos in the second quadrant is negative. And so the tan value is minus root 3. The tan value is also negative here. 3 pi by 4. The sine value is 1 by root 2. The cos value is minus 1 by root 2. So it's 3 pi by 4. And then so the tan value is minus 1. 5 pi by 6, sine value is 1 by 2. The cos value is minus root 3 by 2. And so the tan value is minus 1 by root 3. For pi, you have as the cos value here, as the sine value, y is 0 here. So you get a 0 because 0 divided by r is 0. And the cos value is minus 1, so the x value is minus 1, so the cos of 180 is minus 1. So the tan value would be 0. 0 divided by minus 1. 3 pi by 2 is 270 degrees over here. The y value is, the x value is 0. So for the cos value, you get a 0. For the sine value, the y value is minus 1, so you get a minus 1 here. And so the tan value is undefined. For 2 pi, you get the same thing as 0. So you can simply write 0 because they're you end up on the same point in your coordinate system. So 0, 1, 0. So that's basically all the values that you need to know in order to be able to work in trigonometry. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next video.